Every single night while you sleep, your brain runs a simulation so convincing, so terrifyingly real, that your body physically cannot tell the difference between what is happening inside your skull and what is happening in the world around you. Scientists have discovered that during certain stages of sleep, your brain actually paralyzes your entire body to prevent you from acting out what you are experiencing. Think about that for a moment. Your own mind considers itself so dangerous, so unpredictable, so utterly uncontrollable, that it has built a biological prison around you just to keep you safe from yourself. And that is just the beginning of what your brain is hiding from you. Welcome to MindAtlas, and tonight we are going down a path that most people are not prepared to walk. The human brain weighs approximately 3 pounds, 3 pounds of soft gray wrinkled tissue sitting inside your skull right now. And yet in that tiny, fragile space, something is happening that no supercomputer on Earth can replicate. Something that scientists, philosophers, and neurologists have spent centuries trying to understand. And the more they dig, the more disturbing the picture becomes. Let us start with something that sounds like science fiction but is thoroughly documented in neuroscience journals. Right now, as you watch this video, your brain is lying to you, not occasionally, not under extreme stress, constantly. Every single second of every single day, your brain is receiving 11 million bits of information from your senses. 11 million. And do you know how many of those it actually processes consciously? 40 bits. That means your conscious mind, the thing you believe is running your life, is only seeing an almost incomprehensibly small fraction of reality. Everything else is being filtered, edited, and in many cases completely fabricated by your subconscious. The world you think you are experiencing right now is not the real world. It is a reconstruction, a story your brain is telling you. And sometimes that story goes horrifyingly wrong. There is a documented neurological condition called Cotard Delusion. People who suffer from this condition become absolutely convinced that they are dead, not metaphorically, not in the poetic sense, literally dead. They believe their organs have stopped functioning, that their flesh is rotting from their bones, and yet they are walking around talking, looking in the mirror and seeing a corpse. Recorded cases include individuals who stopped eating because they believe dead people do not need food. The brain had so completely corrupted its own sense of reality that it convinced its owner they no longer existed. And the terrifying part. From inside the experience, it is completely rational. Every signal makes sense. The brain had built a perfect, airtight, absolutely insane reality and handed it to its person as absolute truth. Your brain does not just shape your reality. Under the right circumstances, it can completely replace it. Now let us talk about memory, because everything you think you know about your past is wrong. This is not a philosophical position. This is neuroscience. Memory does not work like a video recording. Every single time you remember something, you are not pulling up a stored file. You are reconstructing it from pieces. And every time you reconstruct it, those pieces shift. Details change. Emotions bleed into facts. The person you were becomes the person you are now, and that person edits the past accordingly. Researchers have proven through decades of study that entirely false memories can be implanted in a human being without that person's knowledge or consent. Not vague impressions, detailed, emotionally rich, fully formed memories of events that never happened. In one famous study, participants were convinced they had been lost in a shopping mall as children, had been found by a stranger and reunited with their family. None of it was real. And yet the subjects remembered it vividly. Some added details that were never suggested to them. The brain, desperate to make sense of the suggestion, had built an entire experience from nothing. You remember your childhood, your first heartbreak, the moment something changed everything. But how certain are you that any of it happened the way you think it did? Here is something darker still. The sensation you experience as being you, the continuous, unbroken sense of being a single person moving through time, is a complete illusion. Neuroscientists call this the narrative self. Your brain takes thousands of disconnected moments, sensory inputs, emotions, and decisions, and stitches them into a story with you as the main character. But the stitching happens after the fact. Studies on split-brain patients, individuals whose two brain hemispheres were surgically separated to treat severe epilepsy, revealed something that should fundamentally shake your sense of identity. When these individuals were shown different images in each eye, with each eye feeding a different hemisphere, the two sides of the brain responded differently, and when asked to explain why they had done something controlled by one hemisphere, the other hemisphere, completely unaware of the real reason, would simply make one up. Confidently, instantly, without any sense of uncertainty. Neuroscientists call this the interpreter, a part of your left hemisphere whose entire job is to generate explanations for your behavior after it has already happened. Which means many of the reasons you believe you did things, the explanations you give yourself and others for your choices, your motivations, your values may be fictional, generated in real time by a biological storytelling machine that cannot tolerate unexplained events. You did not decide to make that choice. You made the choice, and then you decided why. Let us go even deeper. There is a phenomenon called blindsight, and it is one of the most disturbing demonstrations of how your brain processes the world without you. Certain individuals who have suffered damage to the visual cortex are completely blind in portions of their visual field. They cannot see objects in those areas. And yet, when researchers ask them to guess where a light appears in their blind zone and throw a ball toward it, they catch it. When asked to navigate an obstacle course they insist they cannot see, they walk through it without touching a single object. They are processing visual information, reacting to visual information, surviving in a visual world, all while having absolutely no conscious experience of seeing anything at all. Which raises a question that keeps certain philosophers and neuroscientists awake at night. If your brain can process, respond to, and navigate reality without any involvement from your conscious mind, what exactly is your consciousness doing? What is it for? Is it running the show? Or is it just watching? Some researchers have come to believe that consciousness is not the driver of human experience. It is the passenger, a witness to decisions already made, experiences already processed, a story being read rather than written. And if that is true, then the concept of free will, as most people understand it, begins to dissolve in a very unsettling way. Because here is the final piece that ties all of this together. In experiments measuring brain activity during decision-making, scientists discovered that your brain shows measurable electrical activity indicating a decision up to 10 seconds before you are consciously aware of having made it. 10 seconds. Before you thought the thought, your brain had already chosen. Before you felt the impulse had already fired. Your experience of deciding, of choosing freely, of being the author of your own life, may be happening in the space between the lightning and the thunder. A delay, an echo, a story told just slightly too late. None of this is meant to frighten you, or perhaps it is meant to do exactly that, because fear is the beginning of genuine curiosity. And genuine curiosity is the only honest response to a universe this strange, this layered, and this relentlessly unwilling to be what we think it is. Your brain built the cage you live in. It painted the sky you look at. It wrote the memories you carry and the reasons you believe explain your choices. It is the most sophisticated and the most unreliable narrator in the known universe. And it is the only tool you have for understanding any of this. That contradiction does not have a clean resolution, and anyone who tells you otherwise is not telling you the whole truth. If this pulled something loose in your thinking, if it shifted something even slightly, then you already know this is the kind of conversation worth continuing. Subscribe to MindAtlas, because we do not give you comfortable answers. We give you the questions that stay with you, and those, it turns out, are the ones that actually matter.